Hi everybody, I'm Tejas.
And I'm Dinkar.
And welcome to the Nerditorium. Today we're talking about something that has disappeared from our daily lives. Something that was an amazing part of our youth and something that I sorely miss. What is it, Dinkar?
It is the disappearance of the soundtrack album. Not
Yes.
the soundtrack album.
An OST album. Is it an OST?
album? I suppose so. Basically, these were the companion albums that would come out along with movies, which were music from and inspired by the motion picture.
It from and inspired by, you say?
Yeah.
You mean that these songs were like originally composed for the movie soundtrack itself?
Yes, that is what we're going for.
Most excellent. All right,
So,
cool.
What happened to those kinds of albums?
So,
though?
Dinkar,
it was a big trend in the 2000s.
when we did a longer podcast episode on the same
Correct.
Topic,
with a lot of singing.
with a lot of singing, what we discovered is that they haven't really gone away as much as they have kind of. It's not trending.
It's
thing
not
anymore.
as trendy anymore. And I remember the theory we kind of came up with was that a large part of why these albums were made in the first place was to promote the films
Correct.
in different spheres. And today you have a lot more avenues to promote the movie anyway. You will put out your social medias and your teasers and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you don't
Your
need
branded content.
Your branded content. So you don't need to rely on the base of a musician.
Yeah.
To
But sometimes you
promote your
rely on the
movie.
rhythm guitar and the drums as well.
Sometimes you have to rely on those. They
But-
played a big role in soundtrack albums.
Speaking of a lot of bass, the most recent example I can think of as in terms of like an original album that has just been conceived for a film was obviously Black Panther.
Panther, the
And
album.
Spearheaded by
By Kendrick
Kendrick Lamar, yeah.
So even in that case, I believe Kendrick was approached to make a track for the album.
Yeah, and then he just
he
got-
said, "I'm gonna do this guy."
He's just an
He said,
overachiever.
I'm gonna do this guy. That's my Kendrick for you.
overachiever. He was just like Pulitzer was not enough.
Yeah.
I must
He's
do
like-
a Marvel movie.
And do the entire soundtrack. I really like how he uses himself on the album also. He kind of just like pops in for like 2 lines in a song and then goes away.
Yeah, for some songs.
Yeah.
So otherwise he just owns.
I
Songs.
can imagine like, and some of them he owns.
Yeah.
Like The King's Dead, he's got like one version
Yeah,
of it, he kills
exactly.
it. Do you think like people are recording and he just goes like walks into the room and talks and that's good enough because
Man,
Kendrick
yeah.
talking is one of the greatest rappers.
They must have gotten so pissed with him though. Like he just like walks in, he's like, I like this, and then he just like
He
goes
walks in
on
like a-
2 lines. He's just like, god damn, I have to cut the number of syllables down in my voice.
Owned me. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, what you guys doing in here?
Okay.
Oh, no.
So
I love Kendrick.
That was B Panther.
But was that also did it not feel like a throwback more than the latest entrant
throw
in a
forward?
trend? It was it wasn't like, hey, here's the latest Black Panther the album or like the movie the album type situation. It felt more like a let's do things like we used to in the 2000s.
Exactly. The thing I loved most about it was the music video for All of the Stars.
Yeah.
I mean, it had some copyright infringement lawsuits on its head
Because of the similarities to the paintings.
The art styles, yeah. But they did a lot of stuff that was reminiscent of the movie, and that was really cool because the thing that we love about old school
A hallmark of
Yeah.
these kinds of songs.
is just that the music videos were intercut with footage from the film, so that it looked not like a composite, but almost like it was part of the story of the music video.
Exactly.
Let's take a few examples.
So-
which is the most pertinent and the biggest, most offense? What do you
The
call
most
it?
egregious one
Yeah.
is, of course, Spider-Man swinging across the rooftops of New York City.
Before?
He swings over a balcony, the camera just goes down onto Josie Scott and Shad Kroger, who go right into this song.
Yeah.
There's no like intro.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
there's only, and literally how the song starts is with a little drum load.
Yeah. Why I'm so high.
Yeah,
that's another hallmark of early 2000 songs.
Yeah.
A lot of them feature the singers of Saliva and Nickelback.
Yeah, also starting with the syllable "wha." The "wha."
Yeah, you can never say I in a 2000s rock song. It's got to be Y. So it's why I'm so high.
Who else is guilty of this crime?
Alex Band of The Calling. Of
Also
course.
from an album that I really, really love, which was the Daredevil OST.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, so it had some classics in it. Like
such as
the Evanescence basically made their career on this album, right? Like they did Bring Me to Life with
Man.
one guy going, wake me up,
Wake me up inside.
That's basically the whole song.
There was also the great For You, which featured a string section and
the
rocking
Calling.
band
Yeah.
and the calling.
Yeah, which I actually, I'm not disrespecting these songs. I think all these songs are really great.
Yeah.
They've ruined some chord progressions for us.
That's true.
Yeah, but
you can never do a A minor F C G.
You can't do but you can't do an F G D also, man, because of Hero.
Yeah.
But the thing that I really love about that was the fact that they would have these intercut moments. But man, they also kind of...
you could do it really well or you could do it really poorly. Like Spider-Man does it okay because they don't bother integrating Spider-Man after that. But often you'll see music videos where there'll be a shot of the singer looking down off a roof and then you cut to like the hero looking up.
Yeah.
And they're clearly completely different situations.
And badly, like the grade is completely different. Not even like try to match the tone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The easiest way to do it, of course, which a lot of music videos did, is the singers are singing and there's a TV in the background.
There's like some CRT
playing the movie.
Yeah.
And occasionally the band is looking at it going like,
nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you know, man, I'm telling you, so before the era of YouTube, I want to say, like, little just before that, man, it was great, dude. Like, because this really is how I kind of got into, like, these songs and stuff like, for example, and I think we should do this now, which is just kind of list off some of our faves.
Of the best examples.
Okay?
Sure.
I want to start with a classic, Kiss from a Rose.
Batman
from Batman
Forever.
Forever, the greatest Batman movie of all time.
The greatest Batman movie of all time. One of the best soundtracks.
One of the best soundtracks, man. Two great songs from that I can remember very clearly, obviously. Kiss from a Rose, where basically Seal is just in drapes, like wearing these black kind of drapes. He looks like a seal.
It looks like Seal.
And he's basically just like prancing around the bat signal.
Yeah,
which is
much.
Amazing. Whoever thought of that is surely the head of UNG today.
Seal walked into the music video meeting and went like, he's the Batman, I'm the Seal.
Do you think? No, this is. Do you think Seal at the end of every meeting that he really enjoys goes like? I like this idea.
So good. Oh no. Why are you making fun?
Dude, I love Seal. One second, Seal has done another great soundtrack where he did Steve Miller Band's Fly Like an Eagle for Space Jam, the soundtrack.
Correct.
Amazing. Yeah.
That's another great soundtrack.
Yeah.
Possibly one of the first.
One of the OGs.
Did you know Space Jam was the first movie website ever created?
And here's another bit of trivia. They haven't changed or taken the website down since
It still
then.
exists.
Yeah.
In its Web 1.0 animations and everything.
It's amazing.
So Batman Forever, great. Of course, the other great song from it is U2's Hold Me, Thrill Me, Kiss Me, Kill Me.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome song.
That is possibly the most interesting and fascinating uses of the movie's elements in a music video that I've seen.
And it's a mixture of animation, it's like this mixed media thing, really cool.
So Bono's Mephisto character, who is the last rock star in the world, he's got like these little horns and a shiny jacket.
Yeah. And both Bonos are there in the video, right? Like
both Bonos are there in the video. There is also the Fly Bono.
Correct.
Basically, it's these different Bonos going in and out of Batman's world.
What is like essentially like an extension of the Tim Burton Batman universe.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's also because Bono's characters are pretty much Batman characters. They could be.
They could exist in
I can see them.
I could see him as he's very two-facey in that.
Who, Bono?
In the video. I mean, like he's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of vibe, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it works. It works for me.
The last shot of that video, which is 1,000 faceless Batmen playing cellos, is gonna haunt my nightmares forever.
Also that's another hallmark of all these songs, man. Huge string sections in these songs. Awesome, dude. I love it.
What are some other great examples?
Well, I mean, of course, would be remiss to not mention Prince and the OG Batman.
The OG Batman soundtrack, correct.
Bat Dance.
Vicky Vale? Vic
Vale.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
The most 80s you can make anything sound.
Amazing.
But that's a great one.
Didn't Guns N' Roses also do a song for the Terminator 2 soundtrack? Or Terminator 1, where they're playing at a club
correct.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger's just like, Rock is Dead? No, that's Marilyn Manson's song for The Matrix.
I remember. And right at the end of the video, the Terminator walks up to Axl Rose and then scans him and goes like, not worth it.
Yeah, some essentially that. Which still holds true today.
I'm doing impressions of everyone we named today.
Okay, cool. Then let's move on swiftly to some more recent examples, like as in like past 2000.
There are the past 2000.
Yeah. Can you think of any?
There are the Spider-Mans.
Oh man,
which
some of my favorites.
Had great soundtracks.
Another mention of the Sony Asia Pacific team taking the reins of the promotional material for Spider-Man and contracting strings
to do a song.
Yeah. Give us your best Bilal.
Na jaane kyun.
That was great.
Yeah, I need the sunglasses, but this is the move.
It's supposed to be like, Dekho kaise. Yeah, that's how it goes.
It's sad that that song didn't have a blistering solo.
You know what? The greatest thing about
Faisal represent.
You singing these songs is that there's no copyright infringement.
Yeah,
Think about it that way.
we aren't infringing any copyright at all.
Yeah.
Strings, how did they incorporate them?
So I'll tell you how it is. I got it.
Was
Can
everything?
I?
Yeah, tell me.
Simple. They just put the band members on the wall and they were just like sideways and shit. Yeah.
Is there a bunch of stuff burning? This was for Spider-Man 3, right?
There's always stuff burning, man.
Yeah, there's always stuff burning. A lot of things are on fire in these videos.
Yeah.
Was it Spider-Man 3 or 2?
2, I remember. Because 3 had arguably one of my favorite songs, which is by Snow Patrol, Signal and Fire.
Oh yeah, correct.
And
Signal Fire. Over the
those are good
credits.
songs.
Ah,
Beautiful.
that was a good way
what
to end the
a
movie.
really sad way to end the movie, but actually I really loved it.
Well done.
Let's talk about a movie that just came out recently, Mission Impossible.
Perfect was. I forgot to do my impression of Gary Lightbody. So.
You mean Linguini from Ratatouille?
Yeah, correct.
But yeah, Mission Impossible 2, the movie that everyone loves to hate.
Yeah.
But I know why you want to hate me.
It is the weakest of the movies, but it's the greatest soundtrack.
My God, if you can get Metallica on the soundtrack to kind of
yeah.
You know myself.
Does he say? I'm still not sure, but does he say, "I'm truth, I'm pain, I'm suffer"?
Oh my God! Yes, he does. I'm not even having this conversation with anyone else. Oh my God!
An ungodly emphasis on suffer, like I'm suffer.
And he doesn't he has enough time in the bar to finish the word suffering.
This is a very James Hetfield thing, though.
Yeah.
He also, what does he say in Unforgiven? We share this paralyze.
Also, oh no, Ash to Ash, Dust to Dust, Fade to Black is fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
But we share this paralyze. You could have said paradise.
Or paralyzed.
Or paralyzed. So why we share this paralyzed?
Nobody knows. But yeah, man, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a Foo Fighters song on that album as well.
Have a cigar, no?
Is it a cover?
It's a cover. They do it with either Brian May or one of the OG members.
Who's it by originally?
By Pink Floyd. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Queen.
No. Have a Cigar is by Pink Floyd, but they do it with one of the members from Queen. I think it was Brian May.
Okay, cool.
And Taylor sings that song, Taylor Hawkins.
Correct, yeah, that's right. And Foo Fighters was more recently, again, this was not written for...
I think it was Have a Cigar, by the way, but yeah.
This was not written for a film, but it was in Thor, the credit song and the song in the bar that Selvig and Thor are in has Walk by Foo Fighters playing, which was just released on their on the album.
No, Walk is from
it's from
8 years ago.
No, it was from Thor, the first Thor.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah, it was on what was it?
Echo,
Wasting
Silence,
Light.
Patience, and Grace.
No, Wasting Light.
It was on Wasting Light.
Yeah,
it was on Wasting Light.
So yeah,
learning to walk again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good one.
That's not a very good Dave Grohl, I will admit.
You have to Dave Grohl to get it.
He's got a unique voice.
And none of the others have one that you had to do all of them.
Yeah.
But man, so any ones we're missing? I think we're good.
These are some of the biggest
faves.
ones, but I mean, there's a lot. This was a huge trend.
Yeah.
We didn't mention Titan A, which is of course our favorite of all time.
That's the greatest movie, but you'll never know it. So
You'll never know.
And I don't know if Derezed by Daft Punk from Tron even
Yeah,
counts,
we didn't
but I
even
guess
mention-
it's a great track and it's
but
a great album.
that is, it's a great
OST score.
Yeah, OST/score,
should do
and
another episode.
essentially a Daft Punk album.
Yeah.
And the Twilight movies.
Yes,
we've
of course,
talked about this before, but their soundtracks are spectacular.
Nice, yeah.
I've never seen any of the movies, but I've heard all their soundtracks and highly enjoyed them.
Don't lie, Dinkar. Don't lie.
Because
I believe you know even which scene it happens in.
Yes, one of my favorite songs, a collaboration between Saint Vincent and Bon Iver, two great artists, is purely written for Twilight New Dawn.
But when does it happen?
It
Dinkar?
happens when Bella is in her room printing pictures.
That's our episode. Let us know which song,
That's my
which
Bon Iver
song
impression.
you think we've missed that you love about soundtracks. Do you think they should come back? Let us know in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later, you nerds.